And where do you like? How do you select your samples, man? Like, do you go digging or?
Yeah, so the way I select samples is I just listen to a bunch of music. I listen to stuff while I'm at work.
Yep.
I'll just pick an artist and then I'll dive through their discography. I like a lot of stuff from the 70s. As far as jazz, like I like to listen to stuff from the 70s and 80s, but there's some newer stuff that's really good. That's really good for sampling. But yeah, I don't know, something about the 70s, the way things were recorded back then.
Yeah.
The way the drums were recorded, it's just so good. It sounds so good. So I just like using those kind of samples. So yeah, I'll just find someone on YouTube and then I'll go through their discography, and sure enough, I'll find something that probably hasn't been sampled, you know?
Yeah.
Try not to use like common samples unless they're like drum breaks or something, but
yeah. Especially, I think that the drums in the 70s were recorded a certain way that gives it that feeling that we are looking for, no? In this kind of music, like it's already like not lo-fi enough, but like a little bit saturated with tape saturation, and because it all went through tape, no?
Yeah.
So it already has that effect that we like sometimes add on you know, a drum loop that doesn't have it. So if it already has it, it gives it that vibe immediately, you know? Yeah. Especially, have you...
like if you listen to...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, there's certain drummers or like certain musicians where, like, if you ever listen to this dude named David Axelrod, he has like a bunch of break beats in his songs where there's just breakdowns, and the drummer is just, they focus so heavy on the drums and the way that they recorded it, and supposedly it was pretty revolutionary the way that they were recording them. But the drums, man, they've been sampled so many times if you look up David Axelrod. But yeah, there's something about the way that it was recorded, man. It's just super crunchy and just gritty and thumpy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cool to listen to stuff like that. That probably most of my peers probably don't listen to music like that. They probably listen to like modern hip hop and stuff like that. But I think that era is more interesting than what's going on now.
Do you listen to, do you exclusively listen to that, or do you also listen to modern hip-hop?
I don't really listen to too much modern hip-hop, honestly. I tried not to listen to too much lyrical stuff.
Okay.
I used to listen to so much underground hip-hop and, you know, alternative hip-hop, but I don't know, I just kind of didn't grow out of it, but I'm just kind of going through this phase right now where I want to listen to other genres. So yeah, I've been listening to like soul, some R&B, jazz, like some drum and bass even, which is kind of not too related, but you know,
it's cool.
It's kind of hip hop influenced.
Yeah, it's like they sped up the tempo, and then it's drum and bass, you know? It's like the same, but I like
yeah, they just double the speed of everything.
Exactly. It's like the opposite of, I think it's between, you know, trap, because trap is middle of halftime, I think. And then they just did it, as opposed to halftime, they did it full time and then called it drum and bass. But I mean, it's good. I also like it.
Yeah,
there are some cool people that do like remixes that I've seen on TikTok. I'm not like super huge fan of drum bass, not because I don't like it, because I haven't like been like, you know how you sometimes go to Spotify and start looking for new songs and stuff, and then you get obsessed with a genre, with an artist. I haven't done that for drum and bass, but I know that some of the tracks are really cool, man. Like, yeah. Yeah,
so someone that makes beats like you'd probably be super down for liquid drum and bass, because since you make lo-fi and stuff like that and boom bap, like if you listen to liquid drum and bass, very melodic and piano driven. Obviously, it's the fast break beats, but they have like sort of spacey, reverby vocals, like, and it's really kind of puts you in a little trance. You know what I mean? So, but I find my sensibilities like kind of go towards that. I was like, what the hell is liquid drum and bass? And I like looked it up. My buddy told me to look it up, and I was like, damn, this it's fucking crazy. It sounds awesome. So
I've seen it.
Check it out.
I've seen it on YouTube. Like the other day, I wanted to write something like drum and bassy, and for the most part, it came out like the results. They came out like as liquid drum and bass. I mean, I don't really know what the difference is, but I guess that if you say that it's more piano driven, it's more likely to have like more, jazzy influences or like more into like the lo-fi, more into like hip hop influences, I guess, or jazz influences as well.
Yeah, a lot of jazz samples, a lot of R&B vocals. Kind of like, have you ever listened to like Burial?
No.
Burial. He's a UK garage artist. He's super popular.
Okay.
But he kind of does his vocals like really pitchy, like he pitches them up, and beats are super fast, and kind of he makes the vocals like reverb out, like delay out.